So you see these nice headlights, what they look like with it on. Yeah, normal, sport, off-road, and then of course tow haul. Okay, that's one thing I don't like already. So either way, someone had a reason for getting this new vehicle, only having it for 4,000 miles, and then trading it in for something else. What they traded it in for, I don't know, but it must have been something better than this GMC Yukon AT4. All right, welcome everybody to the channel. This right here is a 2023 GMC Yukon AT4, and this thing comes with a 10-speed automatic transmission as well as a V8 6.2 liter V8 engine. I'll put the specs up for this vehicle. Now with this vehicle being 2023, this vehicle is still on the lot, so what I'm going to be doing is a first impression kind of test drive video of this vehicle, because I'll be honest with you, I'm not really too familiar with the GMC products. I mean, some of the older ones, you know, like with the LS engine, you know, back in the day, but as far as the newer stuff, I'm kind of just like, I really don't know. So I'm just going to be like my first impression, you know, because a lot of stuff is going to be my first time seeing it, just like a lot of you. So this vehicle got traded down here at Earnhardt Crash Dodge Ram out here in Gilbert, Arizona. And no lie, look, this is the thing, 2023. So, you know, I'm not lying. GMC Yukon red. This is volcanic red. And just based off of what I can see, it looks like this is like a really high spec'd out Yukon, you know, straight off the line, off the factory, spec'd out Yukon. There's a lot of cool things about this thing that I noticed so far. Now, first off, the thing that's questioned, that I'm wondering why this vehicle, you know, being so cool, you know, 2023, basically new, why it got traded in for Stellantis product, you know. So that's the question I'm wondering. But this vehicle being brand new, you know, it's got some pretty big, hefty all-terrain tires, 20-inch rims right there, where, you know, the GMC badge in the middle is red. Also, you come around the back, you see the badging AT4, Yukon, GMC. It's got those cool tail light style that they switched over to recently, as well as, you know, this one's got the step on the side. It's got the roof racks. It's got cameras on the side view mirror and stuff. But I'm gonna check into the camera stuff in a second. Cameras here on both sides. There's a camera in the front, as well as, you know, red tow hooks in the front. Seems like to be the color thing for this vehicle. And then around back, of course, another camera right there. So I'm assuming this thing is loaded with lots of technology. As far as a couple of little appearance things, you know, it's got like a little bit of a gunmetal style colored aluminum right here, which is also up here in the front, right here by the badge right there. This is like normal chrome, and then the rims are kind of like black with like this chrome looking stuff right there. And then you come around the front, you got these cool looking headlights, you know, LED precision, that's what it says right there on there. And then you got this gunmetal aluminum looking color trim right here as well. These headlights, I mean, they look pretty cool. I mean, as for the new Yukon, I mean, it looks sick, you know? It looks like a pretty cool vehicle. 6.2, I mean, it seems like they need to upgrade to modern times. You know, some people still need to adjust to the future, you know, being turbocharged, smaller displacement vehicles, you know, but it seems like GMC, Ford, and a few other brands are still holding on to their V8s for the SUVs. I mean, everyone got their reason, but, you know, when you open it up, I mean, it looks pretty clean. Like a little, I don't know what this is, some kind of, just a little design on there and a little trim right there. As well as you got little stitching, semi-soft touch armrest. And another thing, it's got the Bose stereo system. You come right here, right next to the side steps. It says AT4 right there. On the inside, you got your mode button right here. So 2 up, 4 up, and 4 down. A few other vehicle driving enhancement modes right there. Looks like 360, driving stabilization. Looks like lane departure, park and warner, auto stop. The emergency brakes over here. Heads up display, info, and brightness. And all the rest of the stuff on the steering wheel is kind of standard, you know, heated steering wheel. It looks like some kind of collision avoidance button right there. And then your normal, you know, phone buttons right here. But you look inside here, this looks like this is a full screen right here. That's a screen. To be honest, it looks like it's about maybe 10 inches or what they would call it. You come inside here, you got a wireless charging pad, heated and cooled seats, regular stuff, climate control type things right there, you know, home button, all this other stuff is just regular. But it's something else I think that's kind of interesting is how they put the shifters up here. So instead of it just being like a knob or like a shifter down at the bottom or by the steering wheel, it's like little buttons. I mean, everybody's making little changes, you know, so I don't think this is a bad change or anything, but it's definitely different from the other vehicles I've been getting used to. But as far as the other aspects of the vehicle, you got a full panoramic sunroof. And then these seats are pretty cool as well. This black with a brown looking. But when you come right here, you see you got a little headrest. It says AT4 stitched on there. You know, decent looking as well. You got the nice view from the panoramic roof. Plenty of space in the back seat. I'm gonna hop back there and check all that stuff out as well soon. Heated seats back here, as well as a plug and climate control. So first off, before we go anywhere, I'll check out this key. It's got a lot of buttons on there. Lock, unlock, the start. Now, what I'm curious about is these two buttons. One, they're obviously for the back, but there's two buttons for it. It looks like maybe one's for the window, one's for the actual tailgate itself. I mean, let's see. So let's push it 2 times. Let's see what opens up. Okay, so that's electric. Let's see how much space is back here. Decent amount of space back here. I mean, then again, it is a 3-row Yukon. It's not like it's the Yukon XL or anything. So, oh, no spare tire down here. I don't know what this is. Looks like fix a flat kind of kit down here. And over here, additional plug. You got the electric seats that kind of go forward and back automatically. You know, just one touch. So push this button right here. Push up, down. Let's see which goes down. Okay. So these back buttons are for the rear row. And then these ones, okay, it kind of transformed down. And then this one, same thing. Okay. Now all the seats are down. Oh, so you push it again, and it just like latches it like that. But look back here, and there's USB-Cs in the back seat for the passengers. I like how these are electric. Closing up, and they close up pretty quickly as well. So now I'm gonna test out and see what that other button is for. Close it right there. Now, like I said on the key fob, there's 2 buttons on here. Now I'm curious about this one. I'm assuming it's gonna open just the glass. Oh, it did. Look at that. Finally. Wow. Okay, they're copying off a Jeep big time right here. Copying off of the Wrangler with this one. But it's cool. I mean, I don't see the usefulness for it. Like, I mean, can you really drive around like this? I mean, I know you want to get that cross flow and everything. Plus, Toyota's got that rear window that goes down like a regular side window. They got that thing patented, so nobody can't steal it now, man. Because that's like the best idea for any like truck or SUV is that back window being able to slide down. But I mean, I guess being able to open at all is kind of like an upgrade compared to it not being able to do anything at all. Let's take this thing for a drive. So when you first hop in, that display right there is what you see, AT4. So it looks like there's more screen than I thought. I thought just this portion would be screen, but apparently all this is screen down here as well. So you got that over there. This right here, I mean, it looks pretty clean too. So right now it's in 2-wheel drive. You can see right there, 2-wheel drive. I like this RPM. You got a lot of stuff up here. So you got your coolant, your fuel, battery, oil pressure, RPM over here, and miles per hour over here. First off, you gotta make sure the cooled seats on, because out here in Arizona, even though it is the middle of November, it's still kind of hot. All right, so let's see what this is. A little bubble button. Let's see what the bubble button does. Okay, so it's got like Google. Let's see. Listen to me, Google. Kind of delayed. So it's like basically Google Maps is what it looks like. So I'm going down here. What is this? Looks like a trailer. Trailer light test. Tapping start. Start light test. We don't have a trailer, so I don't even need to go through that. What's this? Phone. Navigation again. Music. Okay. So FM, AM, Sirius XM, Amazon Alexa, Google Podcast, USB, all that good stuff. And you come down here. Home is at the bottom, surprisingly. Usually in like every other brand, home is always at the top. And then you got all these apps right here. Google Play Store. So I wonder if I can actually get games and play like games or something on here. That's like, I'm wondering that. What is this? Okay, a little cubby. It's actually pretty deep. Like, you see how big my hand is. It went all the way to the knuckles. Pretty deep. I don't know what you would put in there. Other than that, I think it's time to go for a drive. Okay, that's one thing I don't like already. So when you put it in drive, remember I said it was like little buttons for the gear selector? You can't even just push them. You gotta pull it. You have to pull the triggers. Pull them. You can get used to it, but I'm just complaining for no reason. But our first impressions, I feel this vehicle feels big. Either this vehicle feels big or my seat is just low. Let's raise my seat up a little bit, see how I feel. Oh, wow. So the heads-up display, impressively, is like actually really clear right here. If you look right there, can you see that heads-up display? There's a little bit of a compass there saying that we're going south, and it shows we're going 12 miles per hour. And then when I was talking about for the shifters, you push for neutral, but then reverse, there's no push for reverse. You have to pull that. But looking at the backup camera, that's still pretty clear. This thing has 360 viewing in it. We're going to get into that in a little bit. But let's go back to drive, you see? Got to pull that up. That's weird. All right, so let's get going. All right, now keep in mind this vehicle has a 6.2 liter V8 10-speed automatic transmission. One of the few brands that still are staying loyal to only having the V8 for a vehicle this size. As expected, with the 6.2 liter, it feels like it's got plenty of power. You know, when you hear about a vehicle having a 6.2 liter V8, modern V8 with a 10-speed automatic transmission, it better have some pickup, you know? So it's kind of like I expected it to be able to get up and go almost, not effortlessly, but if that answers your question, you get what you expect. You see, basically from that little demonstration, you know, give a little bit of gas, you know, so just so you could hear, you know, you got plenty of RPM, you feel that motor. Now, it's not blow your doors off. I'm not about to like take off rocket speed or anything, but you do feel that pickup as you would expect. But it's definitely needed. I mean, if you're not going to have a twin turbo V6, you know, making the same numbers or more actually, then you're going to need that V8. That V8 is necessary. But the drawback of that is, you know, less than desirable fuel economy, you know, so you're not going to be able to get great gas mileage. This vehicle's not future proof, you know, it's more like the specs it's putting out now is the specs you get versus like turbocharged engine. There's tuning capability there, you see. There might even be something off the shelf for a turbocharged vehicle that you may have, and just simply you can just do a little bit of tuning, you can get way more power. And something I want to show you, there's a little mode button right here, so you can shift left and right. Yeah, normal, sport, off-road, and then of course tow haul. Gonna keep it in normal for now, and then we'll switch it periodically. It's got a decent amount of pickup. It drives smooth. I mean, it drives the way you would expect it to, you know, like the way SUVs have driven for years, at least for V8 SUVs. V8 SUVs is like, I'm like, they haven't really changed over the years. It still has that nice throaty, you know, American muscle sound, you know, that most Americans are like literally addicted to. They're addicted to that need to have a V8. You know, my grandpa had a V8. I gotta have a V8. But one thing I will say, these newer vehicles, even whether it's V8 or V6 twin turbo, off the line, I mean, they got some pretty good pickup and everything. I mean, they have gotten better over the years. All right, so I got on sport mode now. Next, we're gonna see what that drives like. See if it's any difference at all. Like literally, is there like a difference in RPM? Is there a difference in how it feels? So far, the steering feels the same. I don't see any indicators of the ride height changing anything, you know, to help with aerodynamics and performance and handling and stuff like that. So the only thing I got to go off of is speed, performance, raw acceleration. I mean, as far as being honest, can I really tell a difference between normal and sport mode? Let me hit the throttle one more time just so I can tell. Not really. Like, I'd really have to like put my foot down on the pedal at a complete stop to really feel like it's different. You know. Other than that, to be honest, it feels the same. Not to say that it feels bad, but it just feels the same as sport mode. Just being honest. Now let's go up to off road. Now, off-road, more than likely, I know you're not going to feel a difference in speed or anything like that, no handling, anything. More than likely, it's just going to be a differential change. You know, maybe the gears that allows me to shift to might be a little bit different. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, it does feel like it's riding a little bit smoother, like it feels smoother. Like it feels smoother when I'm going around turns and stuff like that, and like little divots in the road. I feel like almost like the suspension got upgraded just now. And then the last mode is gonna be like the trailer mode. That's unnecessary because I don't have a trailer to tow or anything like that. So one more thing I wanted to show you real quick. When you put it in reverse, you got a lot of different views and everything for reverse. So reverse has, you can see the front and back of the vehicle. You can see the front and back a little bit closer from the 360 view. You see the left and the right sides of the vehicle from the front and the back. And then you got where the trailer hitch is right there. I thought it was a guy holding a flag. And then you can see like a kind of like a guide for like if you had a trailer. And then there's that one right there where you see the full overhead 360 view. I'm about to hop in this back seat and just see how comfortable it is back here, all right? All right, so first thing I gotta do is put these seats back down. You saw I put the button in the back and push the one on this side as well. All right, so in like the standard position, behind myself, I got a decent amount of space. I mean, it's not as big as other vehicles, but the cool thing about this, the seats are reclinable, you know, so you can go front and back, and I can literally have the most space, and also I can recline it, you know, so recline it and bring it forward and back, and that's pretty nice, you know, so having it like this, I can just hop right into the back. Got a little armrest here as well. If you look right here, you got your own climate control for the people in the backseat. So 2 cup holders, adjustable climate control, adjust the temperature. You got modes, auto. And the thing I like about the climate control for the backseat is the air flows from like right here. Because as soon as you turn up, you hear all this air flowing. But I'm gonna see what the seating's like in the backseat. All right, now back here, you got a decent amount of space as well. I mean, it's not like anything crazy extravagant back here, but I mean, the seats are decent. I mean, they carried out the little stylish thing, you know, throughout the entire vehicle. So you got these little slits right here that are brown. You got a couple USB-Cs, one USB-C over here, one USB-C over there. A little light right here. Other than that, that's about it. One thing for sure though, if you don't put this seat back, it's a little hard to get on. I had it up, and I couldn't even get my foot past, like literally. Gotta put the seat back before I can even get out of here. Let's pop the hood and check out this engine. So you see these nice headlights, what they look like with it on. And I'm loving this gunmetal trim right here. The LS looking engine right there. It's probably a LT or something like that. I don't know. This is a V8, 10-speed automatic transmission, just like everybody else. And they got everything covered up. You can't really see much. But one thing GM does, you know, they let you see the intake manifold. Actually, this is a intake manifold cover. So it's not even the real intake manifold. It's a cover that goes over the intake manifold. But at least it looks the same as the real intake manifold, right? Still pretty cool. So either way, someone had a reason for getting this new vehicle, only having it for 4,000 miles, and then trading it in for something else. What they traded it in for, I don't know, but it must have been something better than this GMC Yukon AT4. This has been Slay Media. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you learned something. I hope you gained value. And if you want to check out the full inventory for Earnhardt Crash Dodge Ram out here in Gilbert, Arizona, the link is down below in the description box. Catch you guys next one. Peace.